Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. And my name, Olatolupo. Okay.
That's all.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Shola Rogers.
Yep. Welcome you here to the bar today. This is 4 days, 4 days to Christmas. Yay! It's very interesting. Christmas is going to be very interesting one. Wish you Merry Christmas. If you haven't been wished yet, let me be the very first person to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. It's a wonderful week. Let's put it like that.
The, I don't know if it has to do with age or I don't know, or maybe it's mood, but the older I get,
The less
the less
interested.
the less of Christmas I feel.
I think it happens not just with Christmas. I think it's where it happens with everything, with birthdays, with Easter, with celebrations generally. I think the only person that the idea of Christmas, yeah, the spirit of Christmas doesn't dwindle that I've ever seen in this life is my mother. It's almost like as if they didn't allow her celebrate Christmas when she was young.
Quite contrary.
She just
Maybe it's because of the
she's
type of Christmas
she's always had,
used to,
yeah.
and
She's
she has carried on
she's
the tradition.
nothing excites her more than Christmas, even way more than her birthday or anything. Nothing excites her more than Christmas in this life. And it's nice to if you have that kind of what's it called. But I get what you're saying. It's almost like the excitement that comes with these holidays is not as it has always been.
Yeah, because maybe when we were way younger, our parents were more excited than we were. There's no way by now that you don't have your brand new Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas dress or Christmas shoes.
There's a phrase for it in our local Yoruba language. It's called Ashodun. Like it was a thing. Yeah, you're definitely getting brand new clothes and shoes. Then all the women were gonna have their hair did, you know, and the guys are gonna get fresh haircuts. There's no way you're coming into Christmas without a fresh haircut. It was impossible.
It was. I agree with you. It completely was. So it's I don't know. It's then I think that this year the idea of Omicron, not Omicron, generally
COVID, yeah.
COVID is not helping matters. It's is letting a lot of people be more careful, which we should be actually, as WHO has even said that people should cancel their Christmas plans, and it's not far fetched as we know that there's reports that like in the U.S. there's about 73% of the new COVID cases right now are actually from the Omicron variant, and it's official. Like the whole world is in the fourth wave of COVID-19, and it's not funny. If we come back home, in the last 24 hours, actually, there's been a total of 136,368 fresh cases of COVID-19 in 19 states and the Federal Capital Territory in 24 hours. It is the compared to what we've had 50 something, 70 something, 100 and something for weeks on end, and it looks like we're back in the thousands. The NCDC has also said,
I was kind of distracted with
yeah, I noticed.
some bubbly thing that I was looking at in my cup. I was wondering if it had some kind of life form. So let me apologize. I have discovered that it was just bubbles.
Okay, so as NCDC has also said that the rates of infection of COVID-19 in the past 2 weeks have increased by about 500%.
Wow.
These numbers are scary. Well, let's not lie to ourselves. These numbers are very, 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 very scary. I know that NCDC is doing the NPHCDA, the Nigeria Primary Health Care Development Agency, are doing a lot. They're taking the vaccine to churches, to mosques. They're taking it to public places where people can.
So there can be mass vaccination.
Mass vaccination. I know that the booster shots, they've started giving the booster shots now. There are pictures of President Muhammad Buhari getting vaccinated again today. Honestly, not looking forward to getting vaccinated again. Didn't have a very nice reaction to it the very first time. But the reaction compared to getting COVID, please bring it on.
So, talking about getting COVID, I was reading a report, I think it was on PM News or something, on how you would know you have the Omicron variant. That is so similar to the common cold.
Okay.
Then they talked about you having the common cold, yeah? Then a little bit of cough. Then some itchiness in your throat. Then I'm like, everybody has Omicron.
Okay.
Everybody has Omicron.
Because I'm like, okay.
Everybody has Omicron. Every human being. You know, it's on one of those tabs, actually, if you want to check it out. I think it's next to the president's story. So I set out before, though, because, again, we all know that right about this time, the common cold, the flu is a thing in Nigeria. But they're saying now that the Omicron variant is so similar. But again, the only thing is about the cough, which is also always
they include a dry cough, scratchy throat. Oh no, what's it called? I got phlegm today, so no, it's not.
I have phlegm too.
With some others reporting.
When did phlegm become a good thing? Oh my God!
At this point, phlegm is a very good thing.
Oh God!
Sneezing, runny nose. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. Fatigue.
Okay.
Congestion.
I was saving it for when we go live. That okay. let us read.
How come you never said this to me?
No, I did
the
not.
The most common symptom. Okay. But they claim that Omicron is not as deadly as the Delta variant,
so far.
but is more transmissible. Is easier
there's
transmitted.
There's a piece of artwork that one of my friends posted on Instagram, and in that artwork there were 3 Spider-Men. You get like the Nigerians at the moment. So Spider-Man is pointing at the white and he's malaria. He's pointing at cold. Then cold is pointing at like okay Nigerians at the moment. Then the one in the middle is Omicron. Everybody is either going to blame this or that for whatever it is that they feel at the moment. But
I will not lie. I think that there's a high level of illness. I think 1 in 3 people that I know are falling ill. There is some cold somewhere. Somebody has some cold. If they don't have a cold, they have some malaria symptoms. It's almost like everybody around is down with something.
Exactly.
Yes, change of weather, what we call flu. The weather is not helping.
So one of the pharmacies in the neighborhood, EXC Pharmacy, shout out to you guys, free advert for you, is urging people to come and get the flu jab. That once you notice all of these symptoms.
Oh, there's a flu jab.
Yes. They're actually urging people to come and get it.
Oh, man.
Yes.
But wait, how many jabs did somebody get?
At this rate, any jab that one can be jabbed should be jabbed.
It's my hand there. You know? Jesus.
You guys are making it look as if the jab is bad.
It's not bad.
No.
It's just that I had a really horrible 2 days reaction to the COVID vaccine, and I didn't like.
You don't even know where I'm going. When I was way younger, It was this massive needle, this thing that looked like they wanted to take your life. You know those guns that they had?
No, I never met
Those
those.
things were like guns. They're like,
I never
boom!
met those things.
And
I never met.
it left a lot of people
The one that
you
I
know,
know for sure is that
with
people,
marks on their body.
I think
and
born
all.
in their 60s, 70s, they all have one. It's almost like your skin.
Like an indent or something. Yeah.
Not in there though.
There's
The
this-
one I see a lot is like a part of your skin was torn out.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah. Some people have the circular one like that. Then you see the dot, dot, dot,
yeah,
dot,
it's
dot,
like
dot.
everybody
Then
that I
some
know
people
have
actually,
it.
like some of us who have keloids and stuff, some people ended up, developing keloids on that side of their hand and all of that from all these jabs and stuff.
That's not
But now
a
it's-
jab. Wait. Sorry. Excuse me.
Those were the jabs.
A,
'Cause it was
no,
like jab.
wait.
It was jab.
A jab is needle. That is not a jab.
No, the needle that they use these days, that's not a jab now. That one that they just press so slowly. and
That's
stuff.
not a jab. Oh.
The jab is
The one that you people are talking about is moving close to what's it called?
inoculation.
I don't even know what English to use because that doesn't
You know
sound
they were
like
calling
a
it inoculation at some point.
Yeah, it sounds more like
It's,
it.
it's
Sounds more like it. That's not a
You know?
jab. No, because
So,
but
we intend to.
I
go
think
get the
I
booster
really
dose.
do intend to get the booster shot. Hopefully before the end of the week. Hopefully, I know that it's about fitness, especially when when you really just don't feel like 100, and it's better you get it. Like in the U.S. now, the person that has officially died from the Omicron variant is said to be an unvaccinated person. I actually know a few people that are unvaccinated. Surprises me, but to each his own. But I'm not sure I'm ready to take chances on that. It's we're at the end of the day, what we're saying is that we need to be very, very, very careful.
Still observe all the protocols.
This holiday season is where everybody wants to go to the market to buy stuff.
There's shows everywhere.
There's shows, as in,
Even on weekdays. now.
it's the shows that even amaze me the most. Like the way it's almost like that last year they didn't allow the people have shows. I know there's so many shows, especially in Lagos State, and it's scary.
And Abuja.
It's and Abuja as well, and it's scary. And it's the two places
The funny
that
thing
seem to
is-
have the highest number of COVID cases.
There's shows everywhere.
I don't know why the states have not.
who will be categorized as a veteran, and is going to perform, in Akwa Ibom, and I looked at the list. There were 4 or 5 other veterans performing there. I'm like, wow. Then a couple of them are also going to be in Delta State. So you start to look and you're like, wow, looks like
I think that
people are there shows all over the place.
the entertainment industry might not like it, but the way it's going, especially in Lagos State, I won't be surprised if they actually shut down a lot of the shows now.
But the thing that still remains funny to me is this. No mask, no entry.
And then we get in.
As soon as you enter, what happens?
Yeah.
You take off your mask. That's the end. So I've been to events in recent times that I had my mask on like 99% of the time, you get. And I observe most people are not, even people that are close to me that we're all supposed to be careful. I look at them and I'm like, everybody's got their face on and they're hugging, they're sharing drinks. I was watching people from place to place in the last 2 weeks. I've been to, I think, 3 or 4 events now. Yeah, 4. And I said to myself, okay, this is why this thing will never work. Because when people are allowed,
we need to be conscious
to do
about these things.
They want to be free, so they don't want to be held back by any mask or anything.
I agree.
I personally, I get ticked off when people put their mask on their jaw.
My own is.
Or
I'm actually very guilty of that. This in the past
you
1
wear a
week.
face mask, yeah.
But it's either you have it on or you take it off. The idea of having your mask or your jaw is the part I don't get. I know that it shouldn't be that much of it, but I don't know why it ticks me off a lot. Take it off or take it on.
The other one is people who go and wear their mask and they cover their mouth and leave their nose. And I look at them and like, what do you think you're doing?
Do you get my point? Like,
what do you
who are you deceiving? That's it for me.
That's think you're doing. You know, at some point during one of the events I was at in recent times, I just set the bouncers into the hall. At least all the service people, I started chasing them out by myself physically. Like, get out, get out, wear your mask or leave. Yes, because they are the ones that are going to be interacting with a lot of people, and they're going from table to table, from point to point, and everything. But I have come to the conclusion that COVID is not going to leave when we want it to, not because we don't have the ability to.
Well, we're not going to.
The average person, Nigerian, American, Britain, Australian, whatever, does not want to follow those protocols. A lot of us are just paying lip service to it. I saw it at close quarters in the last 2 weeks, and I think I've seen enough to make up my mind to say we're just paying lip service to these things, you know. And so I'm going to go where Nigerians always go. God help us.
God help us. So as even a pastor has come out to say, Pastor Kumi, I think of Deeper Life, has come out to say that COVID-19 is not politically motivated. It is real. Nigerians need to hear a lot of that. Nigerians definitely.
There are some pastors that will not be happy with Pastor Kumi for saying this, because it's almost as if it's a struggle between a group of pastors who feel that this talk about COVID-19 is just a charade, or it's just the government trying to be funny, or all of these things. But when you hear from people like Pastor Kumi and they're saying it's not politically motivated, it is real, I urge you to please take people like Pastor Kumi very, very,
very seriously. I like the fact that we know, as much as we claim that we're a secular country, we're a very religious bunch in this part of the world. And the truth of the matter is that if we can get people like this to actually speak up about things like COVID, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, but isn't it funny how the church is not speaking with one voice?
No, everybody has their own opinion. I'm just like, if a pastor that has this much following can come up, I think more pastors, it would really help.
I must say kudos to the pastors of the very, very big churches. MFM, the Redeemed Church, Deeper Life Church, who have waived all their large gatherings majorly because of this safety issue. You know, because right about this time you would have heard of 1 or 2 or 3 of these big programs. You know, to the other churches who have gone ahead, man, good luck to you.
Kudos to you. It's sad though. Finally, I said it before. WHO has said that the Omicron variant spreads faster than even the Delta variant. So we really, really, really need to be careful. So before we as we move on to something else, you know, the past 1 week there's been a lot of monarchs that have died. You heard of the Olowu of Owu, the Shaun of Ogbomosho. Now the Igongon king has died.
Is that not the place that had some security issues?
Yeah, Obalasisi Olawuyi Adeoye, the Ashigogon of Igogon, has now died.
Well, may his soul rest in perfect peace. It's becoming now rampant that almost every week or every 4 or 5 days you hear.
I hope it's just
passing on and all.
Coincidental.
Yeah, I like to think it is actually. I don't want to read any kind of any kind of funny meanings into this. You know, but that it was their time to go.
It was the time to go.
Except the families come out to tell us otherwise. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, and finally,
that brings to mind Sunday Igbo now, Abby. Igongo it was one of those places that he went to.
I
right?
think Igongo, yeah.
It was one of the places that he went to. So I don't know if there are any updates. Has he made it to Europe now?
Are you being sarcastic
I'm
or?
asking a very honest.
No, that's not honest. That's not honest.
How do you have the barometer for measuring honesty?
I think I do, and that is far from being honest.
How can you even make such a statement?
But because you are not being honest.
So what was I what was I doing?
You are not being honest.
I'm actually serious because I've not heard about him in a while. I've not heard about Edsman too in a while.
Why do you like stressing me? Like, why do you like stressing somebody like this? We all know that there has not been any talk about it in a while. But no, you have to increase somebody's blood pressure and scatter somebody's stomach.
It's been over 4 months, so. Are you saying that Sonny Igboho is still in Benin Republic?
Yes.
Wow. At this rate, he might qualify for citizenship there, sir.
Why do you do the things that you do?
Thinking out loud.
Why do you do the things you do?
Okay, so what's the next story that we're discussing?
I have nothing to say to you. But anyway, moving on from that, there's a story that I want to talk about, and it's I think before we get to that, I think let's still talk about President Buhari. As President Buhari has officially written to the National Assembly, that's the Senate and the House of Representatives, of his declining to assent the Electoral Act Amendment Bill.
Okay.
And basically, his only grouse with the bill is that the issue of making political parties hold direct primaries. Like, it's beginning into law to make it compulsory for them to hold direct primaries. And it's saying that political parties should be allowed to choose either direct or indirect primaries to adopt in the conduct of their primary elections as their respective realities might permit.
Okay.
The president also pointed out that direct primary will not be the philosopher's stone for the transformation of Nigeria's electoral process, contrary to the argument of its supporters. He also added that the cost of direct primary will be costly with security implications.
Okay. So, excuse me. Why are we so particular about direct primaries, which is an intra-party thing?
Exactly my point.
And
exactly my
what
issue.
happens at the national and state level?
State levels.
Can we not just adopt direct elections across board?
I'm even saying.
No, I'm saying that if it's good, if it's that good,
yeah.
then let us make sure that when we're doing elections, it is direct too. It is open ballot. You know, I remember why people keep saying June 12th was one of the freest and fairest elections out there, because people were, counted openly. Again, the thing about direct primaries is that all the manipulations that take place at the party level will not happen
Will not happen.
A lot of the systems, for people who don't understand, it's like there's a delegate system in place. And delegates are chosen, based on their affiliations in the parties that they belong to, the locale that they represent, amongst other things. So what usually happens is that, say for instance, there's a governorship election in a particular state, and there are 3 candidates within the party. All 3 candidates will try to get as much delegates as possible.
Delegates on their side so they can win the mandate, yeah?
So with open direct primaries, what it means
everybody votes, just voting straight.
You know who voted for you and who didn't vote for you. And the delegates have always waited every 4 years for this jamboree.
Yeah.
Because they tend to collect money.
And delegates are just chosen, and you don't know who's who. But now every card-carrying member of the party gets to vote.
But
I agree with. I like the idea of.
It would have been delegates. The delegates would not be in trouble because if you take money from Mr. B, you cannot go and line up behind Mr. C's picture because Mr. B can see that you have taken money from him. So a lot of those delegates will be happy now and say, yeah, please don't sign that bill.
No, for me, it makes I think that when we look at it democratically, the direct primaries might be a good thing. Like you said, the delegate yet officially eliminates the delegate system and some people's money-making venture. But I also feel that should be the purview of... We've seen how some elections or some primaries don't even happen at all. That there's always just a consensus. There's selection, there's a consensus candidate, which is not above the law. There is issue of the direct primaries. Oh, we saw how that definitely happened. Take, for example, the Lagos State governor, how he became the candidate of the APC in 2019. It was direct primaries, like everybody. It was no delegate system and all. And we saw what happened to the then governor and all that. Yes, it actually calls for rejigging and all that. But on this one, I think I agree with the president. I think that everybody should be able to choose.
Well, a lot of people are not happy with that pronouncement. In fact, some people have gone as far as saying that this is proof that he supports rigging. And that he knows that he was a beneficiary of a flawed system that supported him being rigged into office. This is the statement that I've read from one of the
I've seen a lot of
opposition.
things, and I think that we shouldn't, because if there were like a whole lot of things, I think that I would have knocked the president if there was the issue of the INEC transmitting results and all that. I think that he didn't have a problem with that. This is an issue of the primaries, which solely deals with the party.
Okay, so can the members of the House of Assembly remove this direct primary thing?
That's basically what he's asking.
And represent the...
Yeah, that's basically what the president is asking.
Of results and other aspects of the Electoral Act is
signed into law. That's basically what the president is asking, because I read the letter and basically that's the only issue. It has been said that this is the third time that the president is returning the electoral bill, and this is one of the tiniest issues. I don't think that it should be an issue. I think that is something that the House the houses can quickly amend and send back to the president. A lot of people be saying that the Senate should veto this thing, and I'm like,
they have such powers in the Constitution.
Yes, you can veto some things if the president does not assent to a particular bill, but there's also conditions to it. If the president does not give reasons for not signing it, and all those things. So it's not just you can't just do it just because. Yes, the president answers to the House of Assembly, but there are also ways that things are done. We can't just
And will a veto be possible in a situation where the president's party controls two-thirds
of the House? I don't think it's going to be. It's feasible. I don't think so. That's even looking at it politically. I don't think it's going to happen. And still talking about the House today. Now there's news that just popped up now that the House of Representatives have now passed the 2022 Appropriation Bill, and they raised the sum to 17.126 trillion naira.
Well, okay, we're working towards the January to December calendar year.
Yeah.
I'm happy that this is happening. I don't get the part where they always tend to increase the budget that has been brought to them. But if it's not to benefit them or but it's to benefit the greater good, then I'm fine with it. You get, because everybody looks at the House of Assembly with a lot of suspicion. Like, oh, have they done some budget padding again? Is it about their own income or their own expenditure at the legislative arm and all of that? Or are they padding largely because they feel that the Nigerian government should have captured more things that would affect the lives of Nigerians positively?
I think that, not like there's total faith in them, but I think that we should give them a little bit of faith, because for the longest of times, it's something that we don't see a lot, is the fact that they're actually MDAs, the agencies, the departments, the ministries actually come to defend this project, their budgets.
But that's standard. That's standard practice.
No, we don't. There are a lot of times they just come and bow and just go. I've seen a few where there are actually questions being asked. Now, I think that we might not be where we want to be, but I don't think that it's really that much of a problem. I think that we should just have a little bit of faith in them. Not like, I don't think that there's going to be a little
Can I be very
bit
honest?
of budget padding, but
I had to take a deep breath and I asked myself, will I ever be able to have faith in this type of contraption called the National Assembly? And I think it's a no for me. If they're still going to be drawing those crazy salaries that they are drawing.
that they said that it's even too small for them.
Yeah, how am I going to have faith in you when you're being paid astronomically? Work only 3 or 4 days a week. You take summer breaks, you take winter breaks, and all of that.
Take all the breaks available.
And the lecturers are being owed monies, doctors are being owed. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not. It's just a personal thing. I'm not saying that they are all bad, but they are majorly bad. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so now let's move off a little bit from Nigerian issues. As we all know, over the weekend there was a 44th Miss Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
And made history as she's the very, very first hijab wearing model to actually win the Miss Nigeria pageant.
And she was the youngest at this year's.
The youngest, as 18-year-old. There's 18. Been a lot of talks.
I actually did a lot of talking about her yesterday when I ran solo, and I'm glad that you're bringing it up again today. I'm really glad.
So she talked about how she had to convince her dad to be on board with her, as her dad was worried that she'll be forced to take off a hijab or wear a swimsuit or be treated differently. About how she's had a lot of comments about how the people had said she was going to bring Boko Haram into the Miss Nigeria pageant, which not sure I understand how that is supposed to work.
Well, there is something called Islamophobia. We cannot deny.
I know. I get that. I'm just saying that how is one person contesting for Miss Nigeria going to
that
bring
the people who say
Boko Haram into? Because
wait, Dolupo, do you think that the people who make these statements, do you think they try to be logical? Someone said that my beards are wrong, that I shouldn't bring my beards to church. Someone said this to me in church. And this is someone that I don't even talk to. So the first time she said it,
because
I moved on. She came back
I don't
again
get it.
And was, in fact, someone called me Boko Haram in my church.
Because how?
So this is how people who
you
don't
bring
use
Boko
their brain.
Haram and Fulani headsmen into
It's because they don't
make
have
it
brain.
make sense. Like that's
Makes
the point.
sen-
Like
it can't make
do you
sense
get that's the point I'm trying to make. Like I'm not even sure the statement even makes any sense. Like how is that supposed
And that's
to
why
happen?
I am repeating that the people who say those things don't think at all. They just talk. They just talk. I experienced it now. So if I have experienced it, what do you think of someone who actually enters a beauty pageant, with an hijab?
Do you understand? Like I really, really, really
I'm
did
just so
try
happy for
to.
Shatu Garko. She has shattered several glass
Yes,
ceilings.
yes, and I
She
think
has-
that this is amazing
one of the
for
one of the
more
biggest things that she's done, Dolubo, is to show that you don't need to show so much skin
skins for you
to be a beauty
yes
pageant winner.
to be a beauty pageant winner, for you to be a model, really. And I think that the world needs to be more open. I think that when it comes to beauty pageants and all that, we have created an outlook for it that you have to be all over the place.
You have to be half naked.
I saw more like quarter, no, not like 3/4 naked.
It's not even half again.
It's 3/4 naked. Half of times they are even totally naked. I saw a picture a while ago of the very first Miss Nigeria, about how she had the picture was a traditional attire.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, how did we get to where we
From
are
this
today?
to this.
Do you understand? How did we get to where we are today? I think that we need to reevaluate our values. We're a country of values. And I think it's not a bad idea to actually stick up to those values. It's we try to emulate a lot of things that is not in our culture. From the
yesterday-
Igbos to the Yorubas to the Hausas, there is
yesterday,
no
right?
part of our
I
culture
was
that
talking
has
about
those
this.
things.
I was talking about this and how, and this is what you're also talking about now. We're talking about culture, we're talking about value, we're talking about fashion, and how a lot of us
We have our own fashion.
We have
We-
to conform with what we come across because it's the world that we live in today, and we don't want to be seen as dictating to you. That we don't want you to be you. You get, and that it's at a point where so many years ago when it started, they told us it was cleavage. When,
Oh.
when you see the neckline and everything, you say, oh, it's cleavage.
Oh, God.
Then there are openings at the chest here. Well, it is cleavage. Now, cleavage is not showing the tip of your breast.
It's
You can show all
everything
the
out,
mammary
everything.
glands, everything. As long as you don't show
The nipple, you're good.
nipple, then it's fine. But guys, guess what? We're human too. It is not that easy for us. So I was talking about how guys need to maintain high contact.
yeah.
That if you want to talk to women
It's something
these days,
for people that know
you
me.
need to
It's
look
something
into their eyes.
that we need. I've always said, and as much as we try to advocate that people harassment and a lot of things, and I'm like, look at it from the angle of the guy that he's a human being too. You can't be shoving so many things in someone's face and expect them to just be quiet. It is wrong.
Yeah,
What is wrong is wrong.
Dolu, I was listening to some ladies talk at an event, and of course there was no music being played at that point in time, and of course they were wearing slits and all, and I know that they were referring to us, the guys who were sitting at the next table, because yes, we did stare at them from time to time and all of that.
It's in your face now. It's in your eye shot.
One of them said to the guy sitting next to me, said, hey, look here, don't look here. She was being woke and telling my friend to look up, that this is where that if he's
Okay, so why is he out if you don't want people to look?
And my friend, boy that is not well, told her, cover that thing. If you no cover her, I go look.
If you don't
And
want
nothing
people
go
to
happen,
look, you can't actually fault people for looking.
And I said to myself, I'm not saying you should look, guys. Trust me, bear it all. That's your problem, but don't tell me how to look. And
Exactly.
How not to look.
It's.
That's my problem. You understand? Let that be my problem. Hey, raise your eyes up. Don't look here. Look here. Oga, why did you wear it now? Then you see some of them on Okada or in the bus. Then they're trying to pull. Why are you pulling it down? You didn't know it was short when you were wearing it, Abi? Or you didn't know that the slit was up the way to the top here? Oga, respect yourself and let boys be boys. And of course, boys, you can look, but you can't touch. Let's also be decent with some of these things. Even if you think that you do not have the right to enter anybody's space, except you're invited. You know.
And so, moving off that, yeah, there's a bit of little bit of talk from the music scene. Before we move that, there's always fights. There's always fights here and there. But before we even get to that point, there was
Shizzy versus Tenny.
yeah, that was Shizzy versus Tenny, which was back and forth a lot of. I'm not even going to go into that because I don't even think that's even ended. But all the best to both of them. But I think the Ed Sheeran Fireboy, what's he called? Is almost out.
Yeah, I think it's out on Friday or something.
It's almost out. But then I saw a video of an interview that Davido actually was in, and where he was literally shading Big Brother Niger housemates. I don't know if you saw that video.
Yeah, I have heard about.
They were literally asking him about his endorsements. We know that his latest endorsements was a multi-million-dollar Puma endorsement.
Yeah.
Which I think big ups to him. That's huge. I think he's officially the first African to actually have an endorsement with Puma or something. And he was talking about his other endorsements, what he has. And the interviewer was asking him what of waist trainers? Because that also seems to be a thing these days. And he said no, that it's for Big Brother Niger housemates.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
Okay. Shade cut.
So to all the Big Brother housemates and Big Brother intending housemates here,
why are you looking at me?
We commiserate with.
Why are you pointing at me?
Did
I tell you that I wanted to go to Big Brother house?
But Big Brother and waist trainers and all those things, they go hand in hand.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. And speaking of which, just what I put that there. All you waist trainer people, you're about to die. You're just about to die. I'm just telling you, personal experience. You're about to die. Did I tell you my personal experience on Sunday? That I don't get to the event before I put it off. Even though the money that I used to buy it is breaking my body, but it's not healthy. The first day that I tried it, I literally was tasting my intestine in my mouth. It's not healthy. Let's be honest. Life cannot continue like this. See, my mantra from now on is stomach that I have. I did not kiss somebody.
I can give you another mantra. Suck belly, make shirt fine.
Please, no. I'm good.
Don't come and go and kill yourself because of fashion.
Anyway, so
but
Davido just really shared.
I always wondered at how people pull that thing off. Like, look, it works when you put it under your dress, makes you look good and all of that.
But ain't comfortable.
How comfortable
it's
are
not
you?
comfortable. It's not.
I was watching a lady sit at a party and she was I said, oh my God, I like the posture. She did last 30 minutes in that party.
It's not the posture, it's the band that is making her look like that. I can tell you for free. So basically, shout out to all Big Brother Niger housemates. Of course, I'm sure that you won't take it to heart because, of course, you cannot compare your endorsements with the kind of endorsements Davido would have. It is Davido.
At least not at the moment.
At least not at the moment. When you get to that point, we'll have that discussion later. So, a fight that is brewing, and I'm sure it's something that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, me? No, I actually want to enjoy your own breakdown of it because we need to inform the people.
Okay, so that's a song that has been making the airwaves now. Personally,
Zazzu.
I don't think it's nice.
Zazzu
Zeh. That's what this song says. I think that is a very noisy song. I'm not a fan of it. But it is what it is. There's really nothing we can do. And of course, one of my faves is on the song. So
Poco Lee, right?
No, Olamide. I don't even know who Poco Lee is.
Poco Lee is a dancer.
And so I heard.
And everybody sings about him. Show the league. Best BT Poco Lee.
So I heard.
Everybody sings about Poco Lee.
Anyway, so there's a song Zazzu Zeh that I think came out last week.
featuring
we don't even know that. We don't know if
Olamide.
it's Portable featuring Pokoli and Olamide, or Pokoli featuring Portable and Olamide, or Portable featuring Olamide and Pokoli. Anyway, there's Olamide, there's Portable, and there's Pokoli in the song. Portable is supposed to be an upcoming Nigerian musician. And today, a few days before, there was a show in Abuja, a whiskey show in Abuja, where Olamide, of course, we saw videos where Olamide went on stage with him. They basically they performed their songs together. They actually have quite a few songs, actually.
Yeah, Omotosho is
Yeah,
one of them.
There's like the oldest song that they have, and they actually performed it there. Like, it was really nice, yeah. And Olamide brought in Portable, who is supposed, and Pokoli, who he sang the latest song with, and it was seen that Whiskey came out from the backstage and sprayed Portable. I want to be sure, Portable about $3,000. And now Portable comes today, goes on Instagram, and goes off about two things. First thing, that Pokoli, that the money, the $3,000 that Whiskey sprayed Pokoli.
Sprayed Portable.
Sprayed Portable, that Pokoli only gave him $600 out of $3,000. So, meaning Pokoli pocketed $2,400. If that's true, that's a lot of money for somebody to pocket.
Life-changing money.
Life-changing money. Okonga Alpha. Anyway, and with the $1 is saying now, that's not fair. But moving from that, then he's also going on about how Pokoli is claiming the song Zazzu Zeh, which, let's not lie, love it or hate it, the song is blowing up like,
number one on Boomplay.
Let's be honest,
Niger.
not maybe. Olamide is on the song, so I think that's what's working for the song.
Zazzu.
But the song is
Zeh.
big, like
Aka.
is really, really big
Ika.
now. And Portable is claiming that Pokoli is claiming his song. And I'm wondering.
So look, the thing about the music industry is that we've seen scenarios where, I'm not going to mention names, there was a producer that actually produced a song for a group of upcoming artists. He went in to drop a freestyle while they were doing the sound check, you get, and released the song. And it became his biggest song ever. Now that group, the group of guys that owned that song, never made it in the music industry. Their careers never took off. The same producer produced another song for another Nigerian act, and ended up featuring on the song,
Okay.
but coming out to claim that it was a song at several shows where he went to perform it. So, excuse me, maybe that's what Portable is trying to prevent.
Now I'm opening. I just opened Spotify on my computer just to check, yeah, and the song says Pokoli, Portable, and Olamide. Now, typing Zazzu Zeh on, there is a DJ Foketi and Portable with Zazzu. There is a Portable and DJ Trace with Zazzu.
Yeah.
There's Smooth Kiss and Portable with Zazzu Zeh.
Yeah.
So, looks like this Zazzu Zeh
It's a
song
remix, actually.
is a remix.
It is.
And Portable's claims are actually true.
Yeah.
Now, why is Pokoli's name the first one on that song? Which I have a problem with. I think maybe the Portable guy did not think his song was going to blow. Because I think we both saw his Instagram page where he posted the music art that had Pokoli, Portable, and Olamide. It's on Olamide's post to also had the same picture that had Pokoli, Portable, Olamide. So my question to Portable, which if the song is his and not Pokoli, because we know how a lot of people, we know DJ Jimmy Jad has done it, we know DJ Exclusive did it, we know Larry Gaga does it. They don't sing, but they own the song. Basket Mouth does it. So it's understandable, yeah. We can't say that Pokoli does not own the song because he's not on the song. He's not singing on the song. We've seen how those things happen. But my issue is it that he didn't understand how the music scene works, that those things should have been sorted out before the song came out.
It's obvious that he didn't. It's very obvious. And it's also obvious that because he feels things might go crazy, that's why he has decided to voice out. How is this scenario going to play out now? A lot of people are going to tell him to stop doing what he's doing.
Yeah, but there's a show promoter called Bagidi that has now gone on to say on his Instagram stories, who's supposed to be Portable's promoter, and says that the unruly and unprofessional behavior is always expected from upcomings. You can never tell what goes on in their mind and head. I'm shocked at this point. Do I need to fix your career and fix your head at the same time? There's a viral video of Kogbagidi sending the artist out of his house. And my point is...
Out of his house?
Yes.
Out of
Kogbagidi's house.
Okay.
And I have a problem with this. Two things. Is the guy's claims right? He could have probably done it the wrong way. With the way I've seen this song is being tagged, if the rights and the monies that from streaming is tagged with Pokoli is probably going to get paid. Which you might understand where this guy's anger is coming from. But if not, or even if it is, aren't there ways that... Because I think that we need to get to a point where we do not feel that the next available thing is to go online.
One of the things that we have not really done very well when it comes to business generally in Nigeria, not just the music industry.
And it was worse with the music.
It's the black and white.
Mm-hmm.
It's the pen on paper thing. You get a lot of people do things in an informal way. You pick up your phone and you call an artist and say, "Hey, I better come jump on this song." The guy even charges you. You agree to pay him.
But you never.
But there's no black and white.
Yeah.
You don't sign any release papers. You don't do nothing. You know. And these things at times they always come back to haunt you. They come back to bite you in the behind. In the case of Portable, Zazzu Zeh, he obviously was hoping for a big hit and he didn't know it was going to be this big, this fast. Then he must have agreed to have Poco as one of the owners of the song because he posted artworks showing himself, Poco and Olamide, you know, excuse me, as co performers or singers of the song.
Co-owners of the song.
So at the end of the day, it's down to them not putting pen on paper, just doing everything in a haphazard way because the Sha want to blow Sha. You must blow. Now you don't blow. And people are saying he has unblown.
I don't think so. I think that if his claims are true, I think it would be very, very unfair for people to just take away his claims and just
Zeh like that.
Zeh like that. No, I don't think it's nice. I think that we've seen it a lot, how people, young up and coming artists are being taken advantage of every single day. It's unfair if that it is what the case is. With the issue of the money, Uncle Pokoli, we saw a video. You're not the one that was sprayed the money. Let's even say you were both sprayed the money. The least you could do was half it. $600 is a far cry to $2,400. I think that is unfair. I think you should. And the fact that a lot of people are going on and looks like they are supporting Pokoli in this matter is a part I don't get.
So guess what? We have this fandom thing going on. No matter what your favorite star does, you don't care. You're just gonna stick by him. You know, there's a guy who came out to complain about how Wizkid came out at 3 a.m. for the Abuja show.
Yeah, that is something I also wish
Did
that
you
will,
see how people were cuddling the guy out?
which I also
But the guy
feel that
was right.
you know, we're talking about this thing. I was talking about this over the weekend with my cousins, and a lot of people were talking about how, I won't mention artists, how one of my cousins has a friend that is a music is a video producer, and how he's worked with a lot of artists, and a lot of them have really terrible attitudes.